Hi, so my name's Eloise Potts and my PGA number is 0161223, which you can see here, hopefully. Today I will be doing my Expo demo on a pitch shot. To begin with, let me describe to you what a pitch is. So it's longer than a chip, but not long enough to be a full swing. You'd use it to clear an obstacle, such as maybe a bunker or a pond in front of the green. The trajectory that we'd like to see on this shot would be mid to high, as we're trying to land the ball softly on the green as we're approaching it. The distance typically would be 35 to 85 yards. The direction we would be aiming straight at the target, which means there would be no curvature on the shot. The club selection, I would choose my pitching wedge, which is here. You can also use a lob wedge, a gap wedge, sand wedge. It really depends on the distance you're trying to hit and the loft that you might need to clear an obstacle. So for today I'll be using a pitching wedge. So the aim, we want our leading edge of the club face to be 90 degrees to the target line, which I've demonstrated with this alignment pole. This will achieve good club face aim and the correct dynamic loft. If my club face was open, so to the left, as I'm left-handed, the ball will start left and finish left. If I have my club face closed, pointing right, the ball will finish right. It's important to strike the ball in the middle of the club face like this. We don't want to be hitting out of the toe or heel of the club, as this will interfere with our centre of strike. So middle of the face for the correct dynamic loft through impact. So moving on to the hold, we're looking to have a neutral grip, which I'll demonstrate now is my right hand on top, my thumb down. I will interlock my right index finger and my left pinky, wrap my left hand over my right thumb, and have my left thumb facing down just right over the centre of the club. A neutral grip will give me good club face aim and dynamic loft. So this is a neutral grip, as you can see. For a shorter pitch shot, I would grip down on the club, and this reduces my club head speed. And then for a longer shot, I grip towards the top of the club, as you can see, to increase my club head speed through the shot. If my grip was too strong, then my club face would get closed, and this reduces the dynamic loft, as you can see there. And if my grip was too weak, my dynamic loft would be increased, and yeah, the club face would be open. So moving on to ball position, I can demonstrate here. We want the ball to be in the middle of the stance with, middle of the stance, which will give us a centered strike with the desired angle of attack. The contact that we're looking for on the face is groove 4 or 5 on the face, which will give us the correct dynamic loft. If my ball was too far back in the stance, it would decrease my dynamic loft and give me a steeper angle of attack. If my ball is too far forward, as I'm demonstrating here, it would increase the dynamic loft and give me a shallower angle of attack, causing me to thin the ball. So yes, middle of the stance, the desired angle of attack and centered strike. So moving on to the body alignment, we are looking to have our feet, knees, hips, shoulders, all the lines of the target line. All lines to the target line, and you can have your lead foot slightly withdrawn which can promote your club path to be in to square to in, just to help you rotate more through your hips. But yes, having that desired in to square to in club path, it equals a straight shot. So moving on to the stance and posture, we're looking to hinge our hips 90 degrees. This gives us an athletic posture. I'm going to hang my arms down and then just grip the club. So that gives me my posture. Bend my knees slightly. I don't want to be too upright or too hunched over the ball, as this will affect my centered strike. So if I was hitting a shorter shot, which I talked about previously about gripping down, I would want to stand closer to the ball to maintain my centered strike. And again, if I was hitting a longer shot, which means I have to grip towards the top of the club, I would stand further away from the ball so I wouldn't be hitting it off centre. The weight distribution for a pitch shot should be 60-40 on my lead foot, so 60% of my weight is on my right foot, 40% on my left, obviously. This increases the angle of attack, which is what we're looking for on a pitch shot. The width of stance kind of depends on the distance you're trying to hit. So a shorter shot, you can have your feet slightly narrower. Obviously, a longer shot, have your feet slightly wider for balance. Finally, the swing shape of a pitch shot. A pitch shot is a 2-lever swing, which essentially means the wrists and elbows hinge, so that creates this L shape. So we're going to L shape to L shape. But the length of swing really depends on the distance you're trying to hit the ball. So if I wanted to hit, say, 60 yards, I might go 9 o'clock to 9 o'clock. So if you imagine a club face, 10, 11, 8, you get the point. Yeah, it depends on the distance that you're trying to hit. Swing shape, the club path is going to be square to in, which will ensure a straight pitch shot. So now I've explained and demonstrated the following parts, I will now hit a pitch shot. I'm looking to hit sort of 70 yards to my target. I'm using the TrackMan Studio, so I'll just demonstrate a shot. That's gone slightly right, but 62 yards. Yeah, very good, that's okay.